Hello and welcome to Excel Essentials. In this session, I'll be covering XLOOKUP. I'm going to show you how to use the XLOOKUP formula, which is a major improvement over the VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP formulas. And it is so simple to use, you'll pick it up within minutes. Now, let's have a look at what I have up on screen. And as you can see, I have the HR data tab of my spreadsheet of my workbook open. And as you can see, I've got a few columns with some important headings. Now I just want to make that a little clearer. So I'm going to select my data and I'm going to hit Alt HOI. And now I can see all my column headings clearly. Now, our manager has tasked us with grabbing data for specific employees from our HR data, and that is in our XLOOKUP tab here. And as you see, they've given us 70 employees to look up in this hundreds of rows. Now, we could do it manually, or we could try VLOOKUP and potentially get that formula wrong. There's a better way we can do it, and that is by using the XLOOKUP formula. Now, we're going to first of all look and try and get the grade of our employees. So I'm going to start off with equals XLOOKUP, and then we're going to open that bracket. Now, the great thing about XLOOKUP is it is very simple and methodological and simple to follow. So the first part and function you need within your formula is the value you want to search for. And in this case, it's going to be our employee name. So as you see, I've got my name there. And then we're going to do a comma or a semicolon, depending on your region. And then we're going to select our array where we want our value to be found in that we have selected. Now we're going to go back to the HR datasheet and we want to see if this employee actually matches an employee name within our database. And now what we want to return is obviously that grade. So we're going to head over to column F and I'm going to select all of that. And now if a value isn't found, we want it to return a response such as employee not found. Now, this is one of the great things as well, is if an employee isn't found, you obviously get an hashtag N/A. And usually to get rid of that, you would use the if NA formula. But XLOOKUP builds it straight into its own function. And now I'm going to hit enter. And as you see, we've got the grade of our respective employee. Now, we can do the same for manager. So I'm going to do XLOOKUP. I'm going to select our employee's name, go to the HR data tab, select our column, and then we are going to select our return array, which in this case is going to be the manager. And then if they're not found, employee not found, which kind of also makes your data look much cleaner. Now, we can do the same as well for department, and we can do the same for email. Now you see we've got that already. We can then double click after selecting it all. And as you can now see, we have now got all our results available. And as you can see, if we were to remove obviously that if not found part, you would see we do have some employees which aren't in our database. So if I was to remove this employee not found, we would get that ugly hashtag NA. I also mentioned you can use it horizontally as well, and I'm going to show you how to use it here. So as you see, we've got a subset of our HR data with 3 employees in. Obviously, it can be a larger data set, but this is just a small example. And we need to get the email and the manager of a specific employee from there. Now, if I do equals XLOOKUP, I'm going to select my lookup value, which is going to be this B11 cell with Denali Nilsson. Now the array we're going to search it in is going to be row 1, where we have all our employee names. And what we want it to return is their email, which is in row 3. And if it's not found, I just want it to write employee not found. And I'm going to hit enter. And as you see, that works. Now if we do the manager as well, XLOOKUP, let's select B11 where our employee name is, then select all of row 1, followed by all of row 7 where our managers are, and then put in if it's not found. And as you see, we've now got that information ready. Now, if this was to be changed to Zayden Coleman, for example, you would see this dynamically updates as well. Stay tuned for more Excel Essentials.